Welcome back to the shop, finally, right? Yeah, well, it's been a few weeks. I first want to say to everyone, thank you for the concerns and reaching out. Many of you have done so, and I am humbled and I appreciate it. Thank you. I'm fine. Everything is fine. The main delay has been distracted by business. I've told you that before. My vlog, the last vlog, I'm not sure if this is going to be part of the vlog or what, but yeah, distracted, lost my train of thought. So the main distraction has been has been this branding iron business thing, but there's also some project fatigue. So I have sort of languished on ye olde guitar, unfortunately. But I am making some progress. I shot a little tiny bit of footage, which technically should go before this, but I'm going to redo the editing so that this comes next. But I've decided on the burst for this that I'm going to try the template method held up off the surface. And so that's what this over here is. So here's some footage of me cutting that out, because I shot it, you might as well have it. And I shot some footage, damn it. And I did that a couple of weeks ago. So here's that. Where we left off real quick, because I know it's been a while, is I kind of am, I am very much unhappy with the way the burst that I did the last time you saw has sort of turned out with the sanding. And I think my belief is that the problem was that I used trans-tint dye dissolved in alcohol, diluted in alcohol, and the pigment was not bound with anything. There was no shellac, no lacquer, no poly, no nothing. There was no like reason for the to stick. Like, it was just sort of barely hanging on. And when I went through sanding, it sort of picked it up a little bit unevenly, like where it was easiest to come off, and when I was blowing it off, it probably blew a little bit of it off. So it came out really uneven. So what I'm going to do, and I think I told you about this earlier, but I'm going to repeat it because it's been a little while. So what I'm going to do is cut a template that is smaller by about an inch or so of the guitar body, and then have it hover above the body by like an inch or so. And then I'll spray so that I get a more even burst without spraying into the center so much, because the big problem was that it sprayed too much. The overspray went too far into the center. It over darkened the center bit. So hopefully that'll help. So the first thing I want to do is make a template. And so what I've got is the mold for the guitar is the exact shape of the outside diameter or outside perimeter. And I've got a piece of 1/4 inch hardboard here, and I'll bring you in for a second and show you how I'm going to get that 1 inch offset, because it's kind of dorky and hodgepodge, but here we go. Alright, so what I've got is just some 1/4 inch wasteboard. It's been used for tests and colors and stuff, and it's really just going to be a mask basically. So what I'm going to do is just sort of eyeball centering it here so that it's kind of close. I could do a center line, but it doesn't really matter because it's going to be inset. Okay, so then I'm going to just trace around this, but I want to have it in a ways. So it's really funny. I have this angle grinder disc that's half-ish used, and there's a little over an inch of wall left here. So I'm literally just going to use that with a Sharpie and just go around, and then I'll cut this out over on the bandsaw. There's my mask. It's that simple. It's about 1 1/8 or so, 1 1/16 wider. You might not have been able to hear all that. So there we go. We're going to run over to the bandsaw now and cut out that shape. It's a little bit wavy, so I'm just going to take a real quickly with some 80 grit sandpaper. I am not going to go crazy with making this beautiful. I just want to get some of the worst of my pauses with the bandsaw smoothed out. So we'll do a little bit of quick sanding here. Alright, so you've seen the template. We cut that out. Yeah, we'll work with that in a bit. First thing I want to do is figure out just what I need to do to get a fair bit of this dark brown off from the failed burst attempt. And right now I'm just going to see how scraping behaves with it here. If I can even things out. I'd like to get a little closer to bare wood here if I can. Yeah, scraping's working on it. It isn't the sharpest of the scrapings. Let's see, where's a good burr here? There we go. So, a little scraping here. And then I'll come back and sand it too, because I want to make it really smooth at the touch. But, scraping so that I can get the majority of this color off as cleanly as I can. Yeah, that's working. Mostly to get rid of the unevenness. The only real reason I'm getting rid of this color is so that whatever I do end up putting down goes down as evenly as I can get it. Easy, go easy there. And just try to get, you know, back to a somewhat homogeneous starting point. Let's see if it doesn't mind going the other direction here. Not too bad. Just being careful up around the upper edge here, which isn't as big a deal because I'm going to try to get that kind of dark anyway. So, but I do want to get, you know, roughly consistent if I can. So, just kind of clearing the main zones here, the worst of it, the darkest points. There we go. That looks considerably more even than it had. Yeah, that looks good. Okay. So now we can come back at this with some sandpaper because it's a mess right now. This is not good. This is fine. Now I need to find me some sandpaper. Be all right back. How about a better view, eh? So I got some 320 on my prep and weapon. I'm just going to sand this. Basically, try to get the scraping divots, if any, out, and just get things nice and smooth once again. Shouldn't take much. Do a little raking light game. Well, let's get the sawdust off of it first. We're gonna need air anyhow. Might as well pull it on over. Right. Oh yeah, there's tons of them. They're everywhere. I think we are going to dial back to 220. I think those are too big for 320 to handle. Let's put on a 320 grit. This is 80. I don't think we need to start with 80. I think starting with 220 will be fine. Shoot, stopping with 220 is probably fine, actually. Hope this bit stands up to it. There's a lot right here. Alright, let's see how you are now. Much better. A couple of digs that I don't like, that I think I will focus on by hand. Yeah, we got most of them. I'm going to sneeze. Whew! That was a good one. Okay, so there's that. I'm going to mark these. There's that thing. There's that one. And there's that one. And there. Those are the ones I want to tackle by hand. Okay. Let's pull the paper off. And just give it the what for. Alright, I'm going to call that one. Grab our 320 again. Give it a little more. Probably do the rest of this by hand. Here in just a second. Yeah, it feels nice now. Give her a good, thorough airing off. There we go. I think we are back to as close to normal as we're going to get it. The book match is holding good. That's nice. So that one we pretty much got rid of. Can't find the one that was over here. That one by the bridge is still kind of there, but the bridge is going to cover that up anyway, so. Whew. Okay. Sanded. I'm going to go blow my nose, and I'll be right back. Okay, so we're going to call that well and truly sanded nicely enough. The next bit is the template that I'm trying to get on here. So I cut this template. And it's a bit undersized. It's about an inch or so under. You saw the last video on that. Or you saw that clip earlier. You saw that earlier. So the real trick is I want to suspend it up off of here in some way that gives me a bit of an air gap. I don't know how much that air gap needs to be, but I found something that is kind of handy. So I drilled the locating pin holes for the bridge, right? Well, here, let me bring you guys in a little bit. So I drilled these locating holes, right, for the bridge. Well, it just so happens they're 1/8 of an inch diameter, and I have stuff that is 1/8 of an inch, like pop rivets that fit right into these holes. Now I can adjust these to be whatever height I want, but if I take a block of scrap wood and I set it on the neck here, that's, you know, roughly as tall as it plus the neck, or the fretboard, and set my template on here, it kind of holds it up off of there just about right. The only trick is ensuring it doesn't slide around on me, so I want to get it, at the very least, I want to be able to clamp it down at the neck side so that it doesn't flop around a little. So what I'll do is I'm going to stick a brad right into this to hold onto this piece of scrap. Okay, I'm going to put a brad right here so that it holds to this bit of scrap wood. And then I will figure out underneath here, can I even reach? Barely. So I'll figure out underneath where to put a couple of holes for the tips of these rivets that don't go through, but just catch the rivet and locate it so that it won't want to wobble around too much. So the first thing I'll do is I'll just grab a quick nail and a hammer and just nail this block down to this template real quick. So I'll bring you back in just a second. Alright, so I grabbed a couple of nails. I'm just going to take the squarest, the most parallel cross section here, and I'll just barely have it on there. Just enough to get just get a couple of nails started here first. Starting here, and we'll do another one about a 1/2 inch or so away. That should keep it from twisting on me, and we'll just give it what for. Okay, now the spacer block is well and truly configurably attached. Can't use English apparently. And we'll pull this, and I'm just sort of leaning over and eyeball centering roughly about there. Now I can take a clamp to this spot right here and hold it probably up here, I'm thinking, and just hang on to it. And so it's got a little twist in her, eh? So let's give room for a little twist. Let's give room the other way for a little twist here. That. There we go. Okay, so I'm going to go grab me a quick grip to hold this side just a little. Okay. And then these sides can hold on to this edge. I may just tape this on. That might actually work better. So I'm not putting a ton of clamping force on it. I don't really need it. But I really just want to get in here and feel where I need to put the pinholes, because I do want to put a couple of holes for those shanks so that they locate nice. This seems decent as far as the centering goes. Actually, there. That seems better. Oop, I just pushed it through. Okay, so what I want to do is make sure we're taking care with this so that we don't dip them down. So right now they kind of dipped, because that's the case of a rivet. That's how they do it. So it's very low impact. I don't know how well it'll work, but I'm trying it. We'll see. So I'm going to give this a go. Yeah, I'm going to give this a bit of a go. We'll see how we do here. I think it's fine. All I'm needing it to do is shield. You know what? I'm going to save myself that trouble. I can stick something in the center of this. Something thicker than maybe this piece. I'm just looking around for some scrap. How tall are you? Yeah, that'll work. Okay, so what I'll do, I've given up on my rivet idea, and I'll just take this block. I can put it way up here, so it's not likely to give me any trouble. In fact, I will go cut some off and just tack it on. I think that's going to work better. And then I can tape it here so that it won't slide around. I think that's the way we'll do it. All right, I'll go get some tape and I'll cut this off. I'll bring you right back. All right, so what I'm just going to do here real quick is I should go grab some more nails because I forgot to do that. A couple more nails. Just 2 is fine. And I've got this block. I'm going to put it somewhere in that area out of the way, and I'm just going to drive a couple of nails down here to start them. We'll put one right there, and we'll put another one right about, how's about here. Yeah, we'll do right here. And this I want to kind of poke through so I can locate where the holes will go. Let's get this side through. Okay, our nails are now poking through, and I can just sort of shimmy this block into some sort of zone, and then we can keep it in place as we flip it. Oh, this will work better. Just look down the... Just sight down it, that works even better. Right there is good. And then pound on it. There. That is a lot better to me than anything else I'd come up with. It's not really straight, but it's alright. That'll do the job. Now that I have that part, we can take our body back here, set it about where we want it. Now this little guy, this block, holds us up off of it just about the same as those rivets did, which is perfect. And then I can wrap a little tape here. I think I'm going to put that up by the bridge. Oh yeah, it's right under the bridge. Okay, so the bridge is going to be right there. So I'm going to take a teeny, in fact, so tiny that I'm going to mask off this side first, and then I'll use double stick tape on that block to keep it fastened here. That way double stick tape doesn't try to rip the shred out of the adhesive from the double stick tape won't tear the spruce, and I'll have a decent enough fixment because of the double stick tape. So yeah, let me get a pair of scissors over here and just snip off a bit. Stick that bit, I'm gonna just leave it right there. Stick that bit to this bit. There's a bit of the backer there. Okay, stick that bit to this bit. Good. Peel off our backer here. Come on now. Get off of there. Oh, you can do it. Yeah, alright. Now, this guy can be located, say, around there. Are we looking? Come up about this way. Seems about fine. Are we on the tape? We are on the tape, like I had planned it the whole time. Good, okay, now I can still twist this around a little if I need to, and I can just wrap this side with tape. Like a so. Like a so, it say. And now, that ain't going anywhere, and I can spin it around as necessary. Cool. That is much more skookum. Yeah, that's going to do just fine. Alright. Calling that suitable. Now we have color. Let's mix up some color, I guess, huh? Alright, I'll bring you back. I'll clean up a little bit and we'll get some color ready. Okay, so it's time for color. Woohoo! I have decided one of the corrections I'm going to make in this round is that I will use a binder of some sort. So I've got in here a few ounces of fairly thick shellac. I'm going to use about half of this for this batch, and then I'll dilute it with alcohol. That'll be enough to stick the dye. I should have done this off camera. I'm not very strong. It's moving, but it's slow. Oh boy, I'm not very tough. It's too hard. Hold on, off camera. Okay, jar's open. I did not need to get my wife to do it for me. All right, so I'm going to dump in roughly half of what's in here first. Just give me a couple ounces at least. That's not very much, is it? It's like an ounce. I'm okay with it being super dilute. Yeah, it's not tons. I'll be alright with that much though, I think. It's still fairly viscous, so put that aside. Pop open our alcohol and dump that in. Let's just, yeah, let's use that to rinse the funnel. So we're going to do roughly a 3-ouncer. So if that was like a 1.5 pound cut, this is now close to like a ½ pound cut or so, somewhere in there. It's not crucial. It doesn't, I just want a little bit of shellac in it to bind a tiny bit. That's what I've got. All right, set that aside. Now, we can put this aside. Now we can do the color. The color is 12 of these, which is dark vintage maple. 12 dark vintage maple. Oh, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. Just like that. Okay. That looks really cool. I'm not sure I can move it and show you, but that looks really cool. It's sort of stalagmites down there or something. Alright, 3 red. 1, 2, 3. And that's enough. Red. And then 2 black, just to darken it just a teensy weensy bit. 1, 2. Just like that. Okay. Ooh, we can spill it if we're careful. If we do our best, we can spill it. Okay. That is good. That still looks really cool. Anyway, we'll try to get a good stir here. Close off the 2 ports. Just hold it with 2 fingers then. Shake it on up. Shake it on up. Right there. Okay, good. No spillage. That is a good thing. No spilling. Alright. We're going to get the... That's pretty cool. Nice brown. We're going to get the airbrush set up because that's how I spray, how I put color on, because it's just what I'm comfortable with. You can rub it on, you can wipe it on however you want. Do what you like, whatever's comfortable. I spray and I like my airbrush because I feel like there's some control that I can use there. So we're going to call that. We'll get these out of the way and set up the airbrush. I'll bring you back. Okay, we are mixed. Airbrush is ready. I'm a little unsure about going at this from the top down at this point. I'm a little bit weirded by this, so what I think I'm going to try maybe is holding it up and aiming straight at it, because this actually feels pretty controllable to me. So we'll just give this a go. Just pile on that color. It's not very dark right now, but it will be. I think this is good. This is working. I'm going to go through the color in a hurry though. Let's see how we can do the bottom side here. It's definitely darkening on the second run through. Let's see if we can't get the bottom half. I want to switch hands. That's not sounding fun, but I do need to do it. So, hand switch. See if I can spray right-handed here. That's not so hard. Yeah, this isn't so bad. This is working. I think this is working quite fine. And I can tilt away if I am worried about getting too much down the center here. Just try not to come at it from that direction, although there is a spot there where I wouldn't mind doing so, a tiny bit. This seems to be okay. I feel like I might be benefiting more if I did what Dane had mentioned of spraying from the inside out. I might still try that here. I mix up another batch. Try to lay down a bunch of color here. Bursting, but I think the edge is too stark. I think I'm going to make an executive call here. Set this down. I think I'm going to put this, I'm going to take the shield off. I don't think I need it anymore. I don't think it was as helpful as I may have originally intended. Come off of there. Okay. And I am going to get that masking tape off as well. You see what's happening is getting too many ridges here, but if I spray outward, I think I can mitigate that to some degree. So let's just peel this off. Now we'll just have to be much more controlled. Now I feel better about laying it flat too. So, oop, we got tape stuck. All right, let's get this out of the way. Turn my glove back the right way. And then I can go over here and we can attempt to make a better burstage. Let's see, is this going to spin? Yeah, it's going to spin just fine. Try to blend that out and back a bit. I'm okay with it being a bit thicker up at the head, up at the upper bout too. That's fine if it's darker up there. Try to get that to blend a little better. There we go. Now we're blending nice. Although it's orange peeling too, so be more careful. Try to even it out on this side. Yeah, Dane, you were right. Going out makes much more sense. Going from the inside outward is much better. Or whoever else suggested the same thing. Many of you suggested this. This method is much better. Should have done this way the first way. Done it this way the first time. Yeah, that's working a lot better. See if I can't keep that movement going here. Try to get right on that zone there where it's definitely too uneven. That's the nice thing with the airbrush is I can make teeny lines or I can make great big ones. So like right there I can just target that area that's too dark right there and then I can blend it back. Yeah. It sort of works. Going from the inside out is a no-brainer now. That's the most obvious method. That works the best by far. I'm going to leave that. I know it's way dark on this outer ridge. I'm going to try to get some more into this area and blend it a bit. But I'm liking what I've got so far. Get a little bit more right in that area. Add a little color right there. Okay, she's spitting now, so I'm going to leave it. I'm going to leave it and mix up a little more color because I've got enough to make another bit of color, and that'll give me time for this to dry a bit. Okay, I'm going to bring you back here because I'll mix up the next bit of color and then we'll show you what I end up finishing it with. Alright, I've mixed up another half batch and this has had a chance to really get kind of dry, and I'm going to try to add a little darkness to the outside edge here first, just to get that even. Spin ya. Spin ya. A little more darkness here. Lay down some darkens. Then try to sort of blend you in some here, like so. Try to do the same right there. Just ahead of that darky spot. Try to put a bunch down along that edge. And now that that's bound with shellac, I should be able to sand it back too if I have to. Yeah, I like what I've got on the top side. The bottom is coming in fine. I got it a little thick there. I'm going to try to get a little thick on the rest of this. Try to even that out so it's all thick. There we go. And just pull it back, blend it out. Okay. And I left the inner bit pretty light. It's building nicely though now. Yeah, that's good. I like what I'm seeing so far. We're going to leave it to dry here just a bit. Just keep adding color there, why don't I? Yeah. Try to get some into the crevice of this side of the fretboard. Yeah, the shellac's really helping it build nicely. Now I can definitely feather stuff. That's good. That's great. That's really, really good. I'm liking what I got. Really like what I got right now. You might not be able to see it very well right yet, but I will show you. Okay. I think I can call it enough right here. Feather this out a little more. Get a little bit more into this zone here. Alright, yep, I'm going to call that pretty much. Okay, how about this? What do you guys think? Not terrible, eh? It's tough to see in this cloudy zone, but it's better. I like it. I'm liking it. I could have done that without the template and without a month of agonizing over it. And whatever else I was doing. I like this. This is what I was after. Okay, the shellac helped. It also changed the color a bit, which is actually for the better, I think. Yeah, I'm going to call this done enough to let dry, I think. As soon as I stop fussing with it. I said fussing. Yeah, this is good. I like it. I like what I've got. I like it. And in fact, this is one of those cases where I like it so much I need to stop. Just a little bit more right there. Let's get this nice and dark here. There you go. Blend it in. And blend it back. There you go. That looks better still. Yep, good. Stop adding. Take it enough. That's good. I'm calling it. So there we are. That's looking pretty good. I think we'll leave it dry and then I'll show you when it's dry. So, all right, that's it for now.